Just make sure.
Okay. So let's see. Let me look over here, see where we were.
Okay.
Okay, so just to recap, the Mechaber was saying that he says to a craftsman, make me this particular thing, and I'll buy it from you. And the guy made it, and then he doesn't want it anymore.
Oh, by the way, I sent you a copy of the Talis bag.
Yeah, I said it.
If you
Yeah,
can send it to him and see what he could do. If
yeah.
you could put
Tell
either
me tell me what's the measurement of it, so I can I'll send
yeah.
because I need to I'll have to send what's the
It's
measurement.
not the giant one. It's one below the giant one.
Yeah,
Not the one for Talis and film. It's just for the
just
Talis.
a talus back. Okay, I'll look up online what's the
Yeah, and you could put either a crown or a flower, you know,
yeah.
something. It should be bare like that.
Okay, I'll ask him.
Ich hab zwei. So,
Fine.
Tom macht den, er kann machen der zweite.
Yeah,
I'll send it by mail to him. Okay.
right, very
So
good.
so there was a difference. Remember? There was a difference if he gave him the cup for
You're
engraving.
right. So that's the shach. So the smeh,
Yeah.
says that the uman has to. The bottom line is the uman has to go and he can't just say give me the money. He has to go and what does it mean? He's chayiv. He has to go sell it. The uman, the craftsman, and then the buyer has to make up the difference of what he lost. The shach clarifies, like you just said, that's if it's he made it out of his own. But if he made it out of the balabasi stuff, he never it was never
So
his what do you
it's
call
a the
it? So
balabos sells it, and the hef said it's very simple. If the balabos brings the cup, for example, the merchandise,
then he just pays him for his work that he did.
and the woman goofs up, so then
No, so if he goofs up, it's a different story. In this case, we're just saying he didn't like he changed his mind.
he changed his mind. That's all.
Yeah, if he goofs up, then
I thought he wasn't happy with it.
yeah, no, he
Ain't no
did.
roids in the kachtoi.
No, he just said I don't want
He
to take
doesn't,
it, meaning I don't want it anymore.
not because he doesn't like what he did.
I don't think so. Or I mean, listen, I think it would depend. I think that opens up a whole nother can of worms
You think
because
so, huh?
meaning because is there it would be basically did he clarify enough what he wanted before that he now can have such a taina?
Okay.
Meaning if you goofed up, you messed up the work.
I'm just.
Then why I should have to pay?
I
Why
mean
I
to
should
say,
have to pay you the price that we agreed on if you didn't do the right work? This is he did the work. He did the work. What's it called?
Geheugen,
As
Geheugen.
agreed. Yeah, as we agreed. And this guy, for whatever reason, he changed his mind. He realized that's not really what he wanted.
Yeah.
Whatever, for whatever reason, he decided he doesn't need such a becher anyways, or whatever. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let
we're
me see.
talking about he changed his mind.
Paquet. So over here is actually okay. It's okay. Shaliach Tzibur, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So fine. So that was what we got up to. So now, yes, now
Okay.
Grandma,
Okay.
weiter.
Hago, Ramo, Dr. Ramo. Shaliach Tzibur שהזכיר עצמו עם מנהיגי העיר, yeah.
Yeah,
A Shaliach Tzibur that he sort of like he was employed He
Yeah,
employed himself.
he entered into a contract.
Contract with Shaliach Tzibur. Leshono, for a whole year. Betanai kach, vekach, with this and these benefits. Okay?
Yeah,
These conditions. Ve'acher kach, his kirasmo lebnei ha'ir azois im manhigim shniyim.
yeah. Same
Firstly,
city, new leaders, a new leadership,
one
new
Nusach
vadakol.
Ashkenaz, one Ashkenaz, one Nusach Sfad, or Nusach Ari.
No, meaning they changed they had a new vote. It's a new board now.
Yeah, not a different shul there?
No, same place, same
Same
city,
place.
same everything.
Okay, I thought it was different
But
shuls.
it's not the same people he made the deal with originally. It's not the same manigim.
Yeah. Beloy hisna vadai al Tanai Rishon, and the Tanai of the first one, beloy hisna vadai al Tanai Rishon im manigim shniyim, beloy hisna vadai al Tanai Rishon hiskirat moi.
Right. So he didn't make a t'nai with them that
That
we're going on the same t'naim like the first time.
beloy hisna vadai al Tanai Rishon hiskirat moi. Okay, ודווקא שחוזר והזכירת בלשון
I
השני.
think maybe we read it like v'loy hisna, and he didn't make any.
Yeah,
He,
of course,
he
of
didn't
course.
discuss with them. So vaday al t'nai rishon hiskiratzmei.
Avada,
So we say he must have that the agreement must have been he's making on the same.
I'll tell you why, because since he did not specify, ולא ישנא,
Right.
comma,
Yeah. So
ודאי
vaday al
על
t'nai
תנאי
rishon
ראשון
hiskiratzmei.
יזכר עצמו. Yeah,
So
okay.
we're gonna assume that certainly he must have been
Okay, I have a question
going out
about
to the
it. I'll
same
put it,
t'naim.
I'll put it to the side. I'll have a question on this because if he didn't
Right.
make another tonight, of course it's what do you need this for?
Well, so no, because maybe these guys are going to say, "Listen, we didn't make the same tonight with you." We'll say, "Yeah, but I made another die. I was renewing the contract.
Yeah.
So what else would I?"
Right.
And
ודאי על
we'll see.
תנאי
Maybe
ראשון
maybe maybe
בהשכלה.
this man, the Shach, will go more
Yeah,
into
yeah, yeah. Okay, it's why I learned with this to put questions on the side till you know,
till you're right because they could come up
because
anyways.
yeah, we come with that. ודווקא שחוזר והזכירת בלשון השנייה. דווקא when the
Meaning he actually what's it called? He actually went and were renewing the contract. They had a discussion renewing the contract.
yeah, אבל אם עומד עמהם בשתיקה, לא ימרינן דנישר על תנאי ראשון. What is that?
Meaning, like almost like he continued by default. He didn't actually had there was no discussion of him continuing. It's just okay. He continued
You mean if the first year went,
after the first year is done.
it went
He
into
just
the second year.
yeah,
It
he just went to
renewed.
the second year. Yeah,
It renewed without any
right, just by default or whatever.
by default. Yeah.
Yeah,
So let's go. So let's recap again. He's kirat lebnei hirazais imanigim shniyim velo hisnam. Well, addition he's kirim imoy. But vavke shchos he's kiram b'shnashniya with the new ones, right?
yeah,
אבל אם עומד עמהן בשתיקה, להמרין נשאר על תנאי edition. Hold on a second. This is not talking about when he hired himself to the first balabos, the first balabatim, and then in the same year he rented himself for the second. It wouldn't make sense, right?
yeah. It seems the same. It's the same city, same
Yeah.
thing. Do we assume that now he's dealing with the new vadakol, let's say, or a new board or whatever? This kind of.
Ich frage, without the thing of the that what he says by the second year. Before that, on them, what are we talking about over here?
Meaning he met with them. He met with them again, but he didn't. And they said, "Yeah, we're gonna." And he said, "Are we renewing the thing?" And he said, "Yeah, we're annoying the thing." They said, "Yeah, we're annoying the thing." He said, "Yeah, we're annoying the thing," but they didn't clearly discuss the terms.
So
That's the
then we
chura.
assume
That's the chura. It seems
we
what's saying.
assume it's like the first year, right?
So then,
That's
yeah. So we're
reason.
gonna assume
That,
that
that's
what that both him and them, what are they agreeing to? They're agreeing to the same thing.
that's reasonable. Aval im
Yeah.
omad imam beshtika. What does it mean? Imam beshtika.
I think. Let me see. I think that means that he didn't. I think it means they didn't have a discussion, but maybe it'll clarify
Divrei
differently.
harav torich leanias dait torich leanias daiti torich li torich
Something
leaye
new.
torich leayin.
Ayin, yeah.
The mashe kotzu bedarke Moshe berivosh ono einoi muchrich. The lo kotzu rivosh hosam elos elashene. Ago damrin bestam perek hakosev. The cotton shehisiu betosefes ksuva. Ein leishu tosefes ksuva elim kein chitshoi. זהו בשתיקה לבד, שהדובר שהיה בוטל מתחילו, כשנעשה אין מסקיים אתו בשתיקה. The Rivosh says that you have a cotton, and apparently that there's no to surface ksuva by a cotton.
Right.
So it's bottle. So it
Right. So
says
a thing that's bottled in the first place,
so he wants
you
to
can't be
say
mamshech b'shtika, basically.
They said Beshtika is mevatel the first, right? So it's nishkan raya. Why? Because when do we say the shtika is mevatel the meikara? That's when the meikara wasn't the chatchila chal.
Right.
Like in the case of the cotton, that you don't have, there's no chalois over there.
Right.
So then the shtika, it just reinforces the invalidity of that of
Right.
that.
Meaning being that it's that
As
being that it's bottled sayazay by itself.
yeah, milachatchila is
So
garnish
so so the sticker can't add anything to it if it was bottled already.
Exactly. So it's in other words. So it's nicht der Pshat that nicht der Pshat that the shtika is bevatel.
Right. It just is healthness because it's already misbattled.
Der wie bald es kemelisch gewen chal milachatchila.
Right.
Yeah. Is shtika is so
So
wie
it can't create something that's not. Yeah.
right. So what we trying to say? So just because the Rivosh says that over there, that the shtika is reinforces the beetle doesn't mean to say that over here it reinforces anything, because over here there was a chalois, and over there wasn't a chalois. I think that's a ribosh.
Right. So you can't. In other words, the stick you can't learn out from there the same thing.
Exactly.
Right, it's a different situation.
You don't chat the same way, yeah?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
It's the first time I'm doing it. ואף אגב דמים בסד פרק הכויסב, the cotton שהסיעו בתצפת כסובה אין לי שתצפת כסובה אלא אם כן חידשוי. זהו בשתיקו לבד שהדובר שהויו בוטל מתחילה כשמייסה אין מסקיימת בשתיקו. אבל הסחירוס, הקיים, שריחוהו כאובר זמנוי, right? כשאובר זמנו, על דרך התנועים ראשון מריחוהו. No, so he says like this, don't be medame milsa lemilsa. Don't think that just because over here it's also bottled because it's expired. But listen to this. Enochanami, it's expired, right? It's bottled now, right? But you are now renewing it on something that there was a chalois. This is very, very important.
Right. So you're so the silence has a different meaning.
Yeah, no, because you have to add that clause in, and I'll tell you why. Because Abe Nisht, yeah, Abe Nisht, you're left in a quandary. You know, if that's bottle and this is chal, so then what's the dimion, right?
Right.
So that he said, no, there is a dimion. I said, because even when it was chal, now it expired. So now it's bottled.
Right. So now it's right. So now the bottom line is it was right. It was
common ground. That's a common
it's
ground.
Already now it's bottled already. Yeah.
So he says, it's bottled from something that was chal.
Right.
That's what it says.
Right.
Und bei Meile, ein Lied muss Milze von dort bis daher.
Yeah.
Ja? אבל הסחילוס, הקיים של איחוהו, כשעובר זמנוי, על דרך התנום הראשון מריחוהו. So they're basing it on the, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then, דווקא הוסו משום שהמייסה בוטל מתחילה, the mikoton, let's say tosefes ksuva. That is why it's mevatlet beshtika.
Right. Because it had no cholis in the
No
first
no
place.
chalois in the first place,
Yeah.
right? Mashenkin hocha sheischiru addition hoyokayom, but the erste balabatim haben gedungen, yeah?
Yeah.
It demos given kayom, demos the schirus is given kayom from the chazan, yeah? Is jemalt, es kann sein, wenn Scheiße gewinnt, es ist nicht mehr Wattel.
Yeah.
Und was ich kostet Sheherichu, oi, man kennt das,
Yes. As what's
Banain, and
nutz that the lodge in Erichu, it was a
if you're telling me that the contract gets renewed, Bestika,
yeah.
so then why does it be Meidich? It's
Right.
mashma Meidich that he's doing a
Right.
peula.
Yeah, as was nutz
And
that the lotion that
yeah, it's a, what's Sherichu?
that's mashma only Sherichu.
Kushte de Milse knocket. Da
Yeah.
what the meiste
Urche the
hoyo,
Milse.
kach hoyo. Also ist gewend der
Yeah, as he's
meiste.
giving the maisas. As exactly.
Aber nicht a
That's what it
pshat,
says.
as in
Aber love dafke.
lav davke, yeah. Sherichuhu, 1 second. Can I ask you a question? It's mashma that he's learning pshat in the Ramah, aber im Omad im Mohem Bestiko, lo yamrin, den ich halt rishon, and so was bleibt? So what yeah?
So bleib the pay, but not the tonight that he made. Meaning, we're talking about that there's a Tanai that he made on top of the whatever the deal is. There's this additional Tanai of some sort.
Huh?
There's besides for there's the whatever deal they have, right?
Let me
I'm
ask you.
getting I get I
Hired,
get
he's hold on. Hired, he's hired.
yeah. He has the job,
Hired is hired.
but this Tanai that whatever Tanai he made
Whatever
it.
conditions, benefits, conditions, restrictions that were done, that labdavka.
Right.
Well, let me ask you a question. Is it saying that he's not subjected to that, to those tanoim, or he's saying something else to us?
It could be like let's say a Tanai, like he made a Tanai that I don't know that I get
But when I'm asking is like this, so is geblieben still, yeah?
yeah.
I want to understand what the toikef of this shibud of this. Does it mean to say that gedungen is a gedungen?
Right, because he's
was
continuing for
then,
the next year with them.
was then Sidon under the Tanoim. Yeah, and who is the one? The Balabas can decide the new Tanoim. He's not going to be the one to say it. This has to be that way. That's what I'm saying. In
Well, he
other words,
didn't.
who
Right,
makes
he didn't say anything.
who
Hey, here,
makes?
if you let's go back a second.
I know, but ultimately, no. Eventually, they're going to sit around the table.
No, but let's go back a second and look at Smelamid Aleph and Shach Mem Beis and Mem Gimel.
Yeah, okay, fine, we say that.
And I think maybe a little bit that clarifies.
Okay, Shliach Tibur Sheitz by Kofle Il Simon comes given to me. Hey, ein Shom Ashkosov im Manhigim Shniyim Leravusa Kolkach. The Mikoshken im Nisker Shenis im Manhigim Rishenim Sheyedim et Nai Mishos Rishen. Okay.
Right, so for sure, if it's the same guys, and he didn't, but they already know that he has this Tanai.
But the Chiddush is that even
the Chiddush is that even with these second guys, the Tanai still stands.
It sounds the same. But what is it? What does that mean? It's a little bit schwer, the
So
Lashon.
that's what's. I think the Taz also was questioning what's his kavanah there, and
okay. So you know something. Let's do base now the Shach.
go
Yeah.
to the Shach, and then let's see if we need to.
Pirush shehis kiratzmoi bestam liyos etzom eid shona. Hilkoch amrinan kiven sheloi hisna vadei altanai rishon hiski. That's a reasonable assumption.
Right, because he didn't. We're renewing the deal for 100,000 a year. Fine. Okay, so in that deal, and he didn't make a new set of demands. That then you would say, okay, well then we're giving you your new demands, but then you should have brought up the old demands also. But no, it's just we're all assuming that the 100,000 is with the same Tanaim as with the same Tanaim that was connected to the last year will be.
Unless you speak up and say different, this is the halacha. Maisi Arivosh Simon Stefan Shaper Reis, aber im Hiskirat mit because of Sacha Schirus, velo Hiskirat Nai. Vademrin Shaper de Medikotvu Haschirus, velo Hatanai, im Kain Loyalatnai Sachruhu. Not that means not on the original.
So like let's say for example,
I understand that, but
so the first case he's saying just okay, we're continuing another year. So if we're continuing another year, we're continuing everything another year.
You speak about the salary.
Right, but now what if he renegotiated the salary? He said this year I want 120.
I say even if he wants to reinforce that the condition is the same.
Right.
So going to Shulchan that he's asking for. If he wants more, of course he's got that. For them, definition there. I want to say, I mean, my understanding over here is, and you please correct me if I'm wrong, that it seems that even if the price stays the same, once he talks about money, because the word over here is
correct. Even if it's the same money, but if he spoke about it particularly, if he was specifying it, well then why did you specify that and not the T'nai?
I know exactly.
So it's mashma they didn't care about the T'nai anymore.
Right. It means I agree. But the real time he says over here is that the Baldi started speaking about money.
Right. So now we're talking about details. You should have spoken about all the details.
So even if the money is the same, aber it was ungeheben zu reden noch einmal.
Yeah.
But dein Red hat mechadisch gewesen. You're speaking, right? You're now renewing.
You're renegotiating the deal.
Renegotiating the whole thing, even if the price is the same.
Right.
Kach niederli.
Yeah. That seems posh from his words here. Meaning what? And if you notice. He in the Dibura Masril, the Shach adds another word that's not inside. He says ve'achar kach hiskir atzmei bistam. Those say bistam. Those haste we're just we're not with no renegotiation. Okay, we're renewing for another year. Fine, good.
Okay,
That's
okay. So
Stam.
Nachamol, Shliach Tzibur, now I began to understand the Ramah a little bit better.
Yeah.
It's a Hagov. Shliach Tzibur sheizkir atzmo menigair leshon betnai kach vekach ve'ach kach sheizkir atzmo lifnei heir hazeis. The second year. Ve'ach kach means the second year.
Yeah.
Atzmo lifnei heir hazeis im manhigim shniyim velohisnam. Not only it not in other words, this is a lo zu avzuktani. It said not only not only that in the case of the same balabatim, right?
Right. So same balabatim for
The
sure, but
balabatim that stays out
even with new
tonight
balabatim.
edition, he's kidasim, but it's also even the nai balabatim is echet at tonight edition he's kidasim. That's pshat,
Yeah.
right? ודווקא שחוזר והזכיר עצמו בשון השנייה. אבל אם עומד עמון בשתיקו, לא אמרינן דנישר על תנועי הראשון. ודווקא שחוזר והזכיר עצמו בשון השנייה. Oh, a pshat over here is that he wasn't shoisek.
He was shasik on the Tanai.
Or the Tanai.
Yeah,
And
that's why he words it. His wording is very confusing here. But yeah, but that's right. It doesn't mean he didn't say. It means it's funny. It means it's almost opposite of what it sounds.
It was choice. It was choice. He said, "Okay, we're on." He didn't mention the price, and he didn't mention.
Right, that's Bistam. Then fine. But if he mentioned the price, but Omad Bishtika Alatnai.
But when he said the Davka Shechozer Vehiski Atzm B'Shana Shniya, he didn't mention anything there. He just said, "We're on, finished."
Yeah. Right, we're continuing another year. Done.
Exactly. So he didn't mention. So he's not renewing the conditions. He's not renewing the contract. Gelas on the hate said, "Okay, we're
everything.
on.
We're right. We're just we're renewing. We're renewing everything.
We're renewing everything, right?"
Or he didn't say everything. He said we're renewing. We're renewing another year. So then we assume we're renewing another year.
But if he didn't even mention that, I mean, this is the third thing. There are three levels. I don't know if you realize. Two mentioned in the Ramah and one mentioned in the Shach.
Right.
The one Ramah like this. When you work with the first year, and then you go, and by the second year say, we're on, not only by the Zelba Balabatim, but afilu Naya Balabatim, als bleibt the Zelba Zach.
Yeah.
Okay, that's number one. Aleph, yeah?
Yeah. That's
good, yeah?
Yeah, good.
Okay, jetzt. Then there comes the Shulchan says, or Wissen sein, that once he mentions the price, even if it's the same price, so then the lav davka the tenoim, because the Ramah was only saying, not Omad Beshtika, but he said, als bleibt derselbe Zach. Demos is, so he has to say something in order to keep it the same. If he says too much, he messes it up. If he says too little, he also messes it up. I mean, I'm putting the pieces together now. You know, that's right, what I'm getting.
Right. So because once he mentions already the pay again, your Tanaim are out the window unless you say those two. Or right.
אבל אם עומד, אם עומד בשתיקה, לא אמרין דנישל עד נודישן.
And still, the Taz is gonna still say like that.
אבל אם עומד בשתיקה, לא אמרין דנישל עד נודישן. אבל זה feel basic. Okay?
Yeah.
So, do you want to do the Shach Mem Gimel now, or what's this?
Yes, okay. It's a short. Might as well continue with Mem Gimel.
אם מנהיגים שניים, כוסף הסמה, כל שכן מנהיגים הראשונים, שיודעים מהתנאי ראשון, וכן הוא על הריבוש.
Right. And anything that we're saying about the second guys, so
I want
Allah
to tell you
has
something.
that's even the second guys. Allah has come with the first guys.
I have the Shal Tshuvas HaRosh habe ich mit sich doch. They all print, not the new one, the fancy one they get, but they came out now with the Ribosh, also Mechon Yerushalayim, herrlich, beautiful. Ich habe das einmal gesehen. I have a cousin married an anicle of the Ribosh.
Yeah.
My first cousin of mine. So he said, wir talk about Sheshes, we getracht zu kaufen das ist gekauft. Jetzt habe ich Karotte, because it's cropping up more than not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it comes up in a lot of...
So the Nimuka Yosef, you have it in your Shas, Al Piroi. There's some Nimuka Yosef you have to buy, some Nimuka Yosef you have to buy, sets of, well, individual volumes, but
right. Also the Marsha, the Rashba, all this is all in your Gemara. So
it's all the Gemaras, yeah. But I would like to see that Rivosh, because there's a misinterpretation and of Kaviyach, because he tainas Rivosh didn't say that. Okay, not now, but you'll see. Mem Dalet, this is noch einmal lernen Mem Dalet sie nicht. Jetzt hat man eine bessere Klarheit.
Yeah.
Let's go inside. אבל אם עומד עמהם בשתיקו דברי הרב צריך לומר צריך להיות עיון. צריך לעיין. דברי הרב צריך לעיין. צריכים לעיין. צריכים לעיין. דמה שכוסף בדרכי משה, בשם הריבוש, סימן טוב עינה היי, ומהריק שורש ק"ח, אינו מוכרח. דלכוסף הריבוש הוסם אלו, זה לשני, ואף אגב תמין בסוי פרק הכסף. דקוטן שיסיו בתוספת כספת, אין איש התוספת סובה, אם כן חידשוי. I guess when he becomes a godel, no?
Yeah.
Because if by cotton,
right, when it becomes a gadol, yes.
I guess so. Zehu beshtika. Das ist davke beshtika.
No, so zehu beshtika levad, davar shaya bottle.
Davar shaya bottle mitchilo kshenase einu miskayim ato beshtika.
Yeah. So that in that case beshtika.
But
it's different.
But so when you get older, then you have to be mechadish bepen, no?
You would have to, you'd have to actually say why, because there's nothing to rely on that you're being mechadish it. That my shtika is implying we're continuing the same thing. There's nothing to continue.
אבל הסחירוס הקיים שריחו כשעובר זמנו הדרך התנום הראשון מריחו וזה דווקא that by shtika labdavka it becomes automatically mechudesh, yeah?
Right.
Other than davka hosom mishum she'ha'maisa bottle metchila the mikotten less to service ksuva. Mashenken hochosh aschilus ishon oyokayim.
Right. Whereas by schilus,
I think he wants to say by schilus it should be good, no?
It should be good by shtika, yeah.
The Ramo says not. He argues in the Ramo.
So that's what he's saying. He's saying he doesn't understand. That's why it's tzarich l'ayim, because he's saying, wait a second.
But he says over here, beshtika, right?
Yeah.
The beshtika is mevatel just the same as by the cotton is mevatel. That's what I'm saying. I'm just reading. Look what it says over here. Look at that. Aber im Omer imaim beshtika lo yamin disha the nishal. In other words, the do will sagen.
Meaning the Rama is
the Rama wants to say that by him being quiet, he's mevatel the Tanai, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's what he wants to
say.
He's
saying that this is what the Rama is trying to tell us.
Right. And he's basing it on the mice of the cotton, right? Of the Tosefet. And he said there's no dimion one with the other. That's
right. How you making it right? Hang on a second. How you making this dimion?
Okay.
And not just how you making this dimion. And even from the words of the Rivash that the Ramah is trying to pull this out of, How do you see it? That's lav dafka. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah. Dabei mishum shamaise bottle metchila. The mikotten let's lay to sefes ksuv mashenkin hocha shaschirus alish noy kaim. Mashkos of sherichu. Where is sherichu? Over here, over there? What do you say?
By what do you call it?
By the
Al derech
cotton.
hatanoim harishonim erichu.
Dafke, steeds gaat immer minig mensen, wat het daar schon zit zum Arzt, dafke schot sich selber minut. אגב, שלחתי בשיסקי, מנהיג העיר, לשון בנה כך וכך, כך הזכרת בזאת, עם מנהיג מרשם, ועד על תנאי של איסקי, I don't see, where they say Richu in the Ramah?
If you look in the
Oh,
Rivash,
in the
in the
Rivash,
Ivri
you mean?
Harivash.
Okay. Het kan niet met شوية بطل بتخيلك شناسة دي مسكاين مشتيكة أبا سخيلو سكاين بشكو
Akaim
بشو
sherichuhu kizman zman ya derech hatanoim harishonim erichu.
أسخيلو أكايم شريخو بكشو زمان أدتا بجام ميخو. He wants to say that if they were marichet that year, right? By cotton?
Not by cotton, by schirus.
Oh, of course, what am I saying? אבל הסחילוס הקיים שריחו כשאור זמנוי על דרך התנועה ראשון מריחו.
Al das hatanoim harishonim erichu. Right?
Is this
So he's saying
a
by a
lotion of
cotton, no.
is it a
Hadas
lotion of
schirus,
Rivash?
but right, because by a cotton it wasn't miskaim. It wasn't miskaim in the first place. So it was already bottled. So how you being? So now it's also not miskaim b'shtika, but by schirus.
Is this
Right?
the
By an
Rivash
existing
talking now?
schirus, right? An existing schirus that you're extending, the original tanoim, they were not the bottle.
I want to understand the Rivash. This is a lotion of the Rivash. Yeah, this is still when it's about schedus. Is still the lotion of the Rivash, or the Rivash is only talking about the cotton.
Yeah, no, it seems like this is all from the Rivash, until the Chulu.
Okay, so then what would be the question now? Mashikosov.
She's saying,
if you tell me that
al das hatanoim harishonim erichu. It was
if you
al
want to
das
say
the original things because it wasn't
exactly, I think what he's trying to say is if the way the Shach is saying on that beshtika, he could be marichet, right? So why did they have to say sherichu? Afilu shaloi, even not marichet,
even not erichu.
Afilu beshtika oichet.
Right. So I think he's saying that Ramah is trying to learn out from Herichu. And he's saying Herichu is not doesn't prove anything from his word. That's not what he means. Right?
Yeah,
rather, that's a layman. Dafka hasam mishum shamaisabot mitchila. The mikot and the tzaviksu masha enki nachas v'lasirishon no yikayim. Umasha kosov Herichu kushta miltzenokat the ma'isa shahoya. That just happens. That just happens to be the Ma'aseh Shoya. The Ramah is trying to prove out of Herichu.
Yeah, the Dafka
Herichu.
But I know, but if Shtika wouldn't help.
Right. Then the Shach says no, love Dafka Herichu. It's not what he's saying. He's not saying Dafka Herichu. Herichu is it just happens to be the Ma'aseh Shoya. But if they didn't, if not for that, also still would be the same thing.
You know the difficulty of this whole sequence, because if it's the way the Shach is saying, so by schirus, but so
I mean, at this point, maybe the Shach will will bring another reason why this is right. But he's saying according to the Divrei Rivash, it's not.
The Rivash is bringing two
it's not
cases.
mashma that you have to say like the Ramah is saying.
But the Rivash is bringing two cases, bringing the cotton, the case of the cotton, and the case of the Soicher, right?
The Seicher, right. And he's
But the
bringing,
case of the
and
cotton,
the Ramah is reading that he's bringing a case of a cotton and a Seicher Sherichu.
Okay, so what are you saying? That in the case of a cotton,
so then
in the case of the cotton, Shtika doesn't help,
right?
Because he's a cotton. That's the way he wants to
right.
Pshat. And by a Godel, by a Soicher, it's about Yoga help. Faos bringt nicht. Shosak, because Erichu is given the Meiser. Okay, but now according to the Ramah, how does the Ramah learn Pshat? The Ramah is going to be hard.
So the Ramah learned the Pshat, Dafka Sherichu. But if not for that, the original Tanoim also wouldn't stand. That's why he says that Im Amad Iman Bishtika, then Lo Yamriyan and Drishar.
So then, according to the Ramah, a cotton and a Godel is the same.
Is the same, so and the nafkamin is harichu.
Yeah.
That only because harichu the tanoim, but ebnish, then it would be just like a cotton, and the Shah says no, what are you talking about? The harichu is just just a ma'aseh shahoya, but even without that, his original tanoim would still be mekayim.
Very good. Now this is upgelernt wie zu Satz zu sein. That's Pshat. Now I feel I got it. I needed to. You understand? This is like a little.
This is a very these are very chewable vitamins.
Yeah, very fine.
You have to chew on them good to get the
tantas. The first time you just got to go through it, and then we. Okay, my minutes are limited, but let's see if we can finish this piece. No?
Yeah. Let's see. Teida shekos v'rivash.
Teida shekos v'rivash shomrai lidvor v'zelashone benidin ze shekvar hiskimu shneim shona rishena im ken b'shniya hoyodaitom al das na'rishon min astam. כמו שכוסף רב הייגון, וזה לשון בתשובו שהזכיר, שהמזכיר בייס החבר, we've had this before, לשון לסך ידעו ועומד שם יסר, שאינו חייב לפרוע מה שעומד, אלא כמו יסך השון הראשונה.
Yeah, we had this.
אבל פי שהוא כרסחיר, even though...
Right, meaning he can never go to Mafreya and make him pay the Mafreya.
You can't say just because, verstehst? Just because.
The prices went up, but you didn't say nothing.
Didn't say nothing. Because of Kach Oy Drayos to find Bob. So the same thing would be over here in the case of the Chazan.
Right, we spoke a year ago, and we continued without saying nothing.
Yeah.
Then it's what's it called?
Because of Kach Oy Drayos.
This explains why the Shach feels the need to explain before in Membase.
Yeah.
That if he was quiet on the Tanoim but not quiet on the amount, only then it doesn't go by the original Tanoim.
Right, because he already.
But Stam Shasak, it goes like this. It goes, then you continue the same everything.
Right.
Just like a masker by Isla.
So it's the Kumtechois that according to the Shach, there's only two, Shosak or he spoke. And according to the Ramah,
well, I mean, yeah.
The Shosak, we are on, and
no. So according to the Shach, there's three things. Either
because that's where Lorenzo.
According to the Shach, if you had Omad Bistam, which means okay, let's continue.
Omad Bistam means let's continue.
Then you just keep going, right?
But he has to say that, I think.
Only according to the Shach, only if they had a discussion about other things and left out the Tanoim, then it doesn't.
Und Leute Shach, if he doesn't say we continue, and he doesn't speak about the money,
then it would seem to be the same as a mashke b'ayis l'chaveda. We kept going. So the Vila now maybe it wouldn't go for a whole year. Maybe it would only go month to month or something like this, just like by
Okay. Yeah,
But
that's
the
was
Vila,
understand.
but the Vila, the Tanoim are standing, right? Just like a Masked by Lachaveri. That okay, now he's the 2 extra months. Those 2 months is the same Tanoim as before.
Very nice. Okay. Yeah,
Now,
it's a zone.
if he said we're renewing for another year, now those Tanoim stand for a whole year. If they
Okay,
weren't mefared anything,
but according to this, according to Shach, but according to the Ramah,
according to Ramah, if
there are three cases.
it would seem, yeah,
According to the Shach, I see two
two
cases.
cases, yeah.
Omad and
Yeah,
Shosak is the same.
other mefared,
Od-
other nicht.
Omad without Mefaret or Shosak
Right, it's the same thing.
is the same thing.
Right, besides for maybe what the term will be.
Yeah. Bashenkin de Ramah, you have Omad, you have Shosak, and you had.
And you have and you have he
Mefaret.
doesn't mention the mefad, but I guess he could read it out that I guess you could read out based on the shach that we could assume that if he spoke that Allah has kama v'kama according to the
Yeah,
Ramah.
yeah. Listen, if when he was quiet, according to the Ramah, it's a brand new parsha.
Yeah.
When he's mefaret, I don't think it's
So for
it's a
sure it would be a
no-brainer.
brand new parasha.
Exactly.
Because you were mefaded that yeah and that no, it would seem.
Okay, right.
Yeah, Marik.
Marik,
Yes.
שואל יש ק"ח גם כן אין ראיה, דמריק שם מיירי שנופלו טיינוס ותביאס בין ראובן שומן מחמס חנוס, ראובן לא רוצה ליתן לשמעון כלום, ופושרו פשרונים שיעמדו בשותפוס שונו וירוויחו לאמצע, וראובן ייתן קוף דוקטה לשמעון, ואחר כך השונה חוזו ועמדו שונה בחנוס מסתם בטוב השמן מראובן קוף דוקטה בראובן טוען כי מאלום לא עולו בדייתוי ליתנם ועל הראשונים הוא מצטער שהוא צריך לעשות מצד
He never agreed to it in the first place. He was forced to by the mediator.
even in the first place,
Right, even the first year he didn't want to give it. Why? So how could you be reading that his silence is that he's agreeing to do it when even the first year he wouldn't have agreed to do it had not the Pashranim forced him.
ופוסק מעריק דרובן פוטר מהקוף דוקטה ואיבי ראי מקוטן שסיו אוביב דלסלו תוספס כסובה אין שום בהוסם נמי לפי דברובן המייסה בוטל מתחילה. That's a common denominator.
Right. It's in other words, we remember because especially this whole thing is al das ma hiskimu, right?
Yeah.
So in that case,
how do you know?
It's a common denominator. It's bottled because we know that Reuven he didn't want to give it the first year.
Behoraya, he said
Right. So on the first year he didn't want to give it. So for sure it was automatically bottled at the end of that year.
שהוא אומר שהוא מצטער על ראשונים, לפי שהחנוס היה שלא יהוץ, אלא שהוא צריך לעשות מצד הפשרונים.
Yeah.
מה שאין כן הוכו שהסחירוס הראשון היה כדין, ואילו לא היה מולס נוי, שהיה פוטר ממעשים, לא היה נשרץ להם לשייך ציבור.
Right. This what's it called? Where everybody made the deal happily the first year.
Yeah.
And not just that, if him Reuven he wanted to get rid of Shimon a year ago. Here, here not only he stayed the year, they want to renew his thing. So obviously he's doing his job good. Why would they want to? Well, why are they extending him another year? Bichlal.
Yeah.
So you can't learn from that story to this story. Here, everybody's happy. They're moving forward with a deal. There, Reuven didn't want the deal in the first place, even the first year.
Okay, I'm going to get weiter.
Yeah, so minolach the besika lo yehei nisharat nairishin. In the case of Reuven, we know why he wouldn't want to continue. Here, so what's telling us? What reason do we have to assume that it's quiet? That there's the silence means that they're not going to continue the Tanaim from before.
Yeah. Das Veilo lo mal es no potom Minan de bestika lo yehei nishalat neidish and then can be bonadiyash divra Arab. The lo tik shaleho hay de meise rivosh raye merav hay gon. Sich man lo imar de hosam kiven shehu dor בבייסוי, הווה כסחירו, כשהסחירו בפרש. dem כן לא הווה להניחו לא דור בבייסוי, אבל להזכירו לאחר.
Right, in the case of masking by Slachavedi.
מה שאין כן הוכות שיכולים לומר מה היה לנו הזק שהייסו שליח ציבור שלנו, לכך אינו פוטר ממעשים.
What did the masking have to do with it?
We had the masim before.
That I guess that was the Tanai.
Yeah.
The Tanai is that he made with the leaders of the city.
That they would take care of the taxes.
Is that he wouldn't have to pay for the he wouldn't have to pay the
income tax.
The local mats, yeah.
I guess the payment they would take care of all that before he got a clean check for himself.
Right, like they're giving he doesn't have to pay the local, meaning it's I guess the same people who hire.
He doesn't have to file. He doesn't
are the same people who collect the local masim.
Right. Like they gave him like a little apartment, right?
Yeah.
By the way, we had this in my hometown. It was a deal.
Right, that's part of the deal that they get the.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually with the not so much with the shliach tzibur, but with the rav of a shul. It's very often that way that the shul has a dira, and the
no, but שיהיה גם כצבא, גם אין צורך לשלם שכר דירה אפילו עומד עמם רק בשתיקה. כמו כן, אין דברי הרב מוכרחים. ואם נאמר מבחוץ, הסבר דכיוון שלא יזכרו הכל מחדש, אבל כש"ס בלא קציצה. אם כן, גם השכירוס לא ישלמו כבראשון, רק יהיה שהציבור בלא קציצה. כדין פועלים בלא קציצה, משלם כפוחסין שבפועלים, ואולי באמס תעש הרב כך צריך יום. He says that you're left with in such a case, you're left with the poor guy. Means there's no fixed amount. You can give him the least.
Right, because there was no maybe he tagoled that way. You can push it even you can push it, give him yeah.
This is in the case when it was choice, remember?
Yeah.
Say the Sohadron mit Hashem morgen.
Yeah, good.
Jetzt geendigt und man darf lernen morgen. Oh, the next chelik from the Ramo.
Yeah, so it'll be the Ramo moves on to the next thing is of his
okay.
So we'll have that. It's not very long. There's not so much shachan.
Okay, so in Hashem morgen halb noch 6 wird man lernen.
Yeah, and then we'll go into Shinam.
My sincere apologies.
No problem. Listen, the Bichlal, when the time changes it.
By the way, those things that you have in Hebrew, those kitzurim, do you have Shin Lamed Gimel written up yet or not?
What, the ones in Lashon Kodesh?
Yeah.
The ones in Lashon Kodesh is the booklet that they sent us. My one is the English one, not the Lashon Kodesh. The Lashon Kodesh they sent us.
Yeah, but we have it just on paper.
Hello.
Yeah, here it's like that's these.
Yeah. So I think he's asking if you have it digital. I don't think they gave it.
I have it digital, but they don't let me share it digital.
What? What's
Meaning
that?
I have it digital, but I'm not allowed to share it digital. It's I only have it digital. I only have it digital so I can do the translations with them.
You have a Hebrew or English?
Well, the Hebrew I have both. The English I make.
So they have the Hebrew one.
They have a Hebrew one that they sent out to everybody in a book form, in a booklet form.
Okay, I have that. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then I have a digital because I'm doing the translations.
But they don't have the booklets don't have everything. No, they have a little bit.
What do you mean? It has an overview. It definitely doesn't have what we're doing. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I don't think with a